Hello everybody, I'm Drew. Welcome to my office. Terrible sales weekend, but we're gonna pull some orders and I'll tell you what I do when sales are terrible like this. This is actually one of the worst weekends I've had in probably over a year. But I'll tell you what my solution is. Maybe you can tell me what your solutions are to that. Got a couple things. First off, picked up a tripod camera holder, camera mount. So I'm gonna see if this helps at all, maybe. So actually, let me throw that on right now. All right. I don't know if that's a ton better, but the tripod part will definitely help for when I sit the camera down and show you what I'm working on. But also, I think it'll work for changing angles and showing you what I'm looking at. So I don't know. Try it out. Definitely cheap. I went cheap. It was like $6 free shipping, so you can feel it. It's cheap. It's a cheap piece of Chinese plastic. But it might help, it might break today. Who knows? It does fit very tight on my phone. I'm not super comfortable with that, but hey, it is what it is. That clock I was talking about a few videos ago, tested it out, Sanyo flip clock, and it works completely, and cleaned it up real nice. Did some contact cleaner on all the dials and switches and stuff just to make sure it's fully functioning. And so that's going to be a real good flip for me. So I'm going to get that listed today. And let's go ahead and pull some orders, and then I'll tell you what I do when when sales, that's the word, sales are low. So first up today, we have 2 orders for the weekend. First up is Cosmic Arc Atari game, complete in box. Not new in box, but complete. Atari games, it's rare when they're worth much of anything, but Cosmic Arc, when I was testing all these out, I actually tried out a bunch of them, and my nostalgia for Atari is much greater than the actual gameplay of Atari. Atari is trash. I grew up when I was very young. It's all I had. I loved it, but I will never play another Atari game. People like it. I think it's just cooler on a shelf than actually playing it. But now I'm rambling. So $7.50 free ship. And let's see. Next up, I just picked these up the other day. This was not a great buy. I said in a previous video how sometimes at some of the thrift stores they'll put some to the side and be like, "Hey, we thought about you," or they'll just point it out. "Hey, you might want to check out this thing." This is one of those times. I'll make a couple bucks, so I'm not going to lose any money, but it is some vintage Ford brand, I think from like the 1940s, wrenches. Picked up like 10 or 15 of them or something like that, but I'm going to, after I split them all up and sell them, I'm going to make maybe $5-10 bucks. So not really worth it, because this here, $12 free ship. This will actually ship first class, even though it's metal. But yeah, vintage Ford USA wrench, set of 3. So not a good, not even a, definitely not great, not good, possibly bad. I'm going to go with bad sales weekend. So what do I do about that? All right, change angles. I got a tripod. Why not use it? So I have things I do scheduled that keeps sales coming in. First off, what I do, weekends, I always run a sale. I run a 10% off sale. Most shopping on eBay is done, at least in my experience, from Friday through Sunday evening. So I run a 10% off sale so that if there's items that I'm competing on price with somebody, during peak shopping hours, my price will be the best. And it has worked very well for me. Did not work so great this weekend. Just could be, whatever reason that is. Next thing I always do, on Mondays, I send out offers. Offer eligible items. I still look through them just in case, but I send out a 15% offer on all those items. Next thing I do, Monday through Friday morning, I run an extreme sale on old items, trying to clear those out. So like anything over a year, because I'm limited on space. So it's been over a year, unless it's something I have like, I got a vintage Dungeons and Dragons board game that is just going to take a long time to sell. The market is not there, but the value is there. When they do sell, you get a lot of money. So that's one of those things like, yeah, I've had it for like 16 months, but like 2 of them sell a year. So I'm just going to hold off on that. I did lower the price recently just because I looked at compared to the other ones listed and I wanted to match up with that a little better. But the number one thing, the top thing you can do to increase sales is increase listings. I pushed for fourth quarter. I worked my butt off getting listings out. August, September, October, November. And then once December, first week of December came around, second week of December, I slowed down on that, made sure I could keep up on shipping, getting stuff out as soon as I could because shipping was an issue. And then it was a holiday. I wanted to spend time with my family, so I didn't list anything. So my store has been pillaged. So last week still was doing fine for sales. And then this week it has bottomed out, which is to be expected. You stop listing, your sales will slow. And if you stop listing for an extended period of time, your sales will stop. That's partly the algorithm. So it's not forcing people to your eBay store, to your eBay listings. And that's partly just you start running out of the top tier items in your store. Stuff that will still sell, but you know, people pick and choose. You know, you run out of your good items, your quick flipping items, and you end up with a bunch of long tail stuff or your not as good items. So how do you fix low sales? You list. So what am I doing today? Listing. What am I doing tomorrow? Listing. And I will continue listing until sales get back up. Actually, I'll continue listing forever, but I'm going to try to really bump up my overall items in my store. I usually float around 350 items. By summer, I'm going to start floating around 500. That just takes time because, you know, you list 10, you sell 2, and, you know, it takes a while to get that to go up. But I would like to be around the 500 items consistently, float back and forth on that. And right now, I'm down to about 260 items in my store. So that is well below where I want to be, and it's well below where I normally am. So I'm going to try to knock out, I don't like to set goals because then you're just grabbing easy list items instead of just listing what you have. I like to grab what the next item on the up to list and list it. If not, you end up with what they call a death pile or a money pile, where you just have a mound of stuff that's just sitting. And if it's sitting, it's making you no money. It's costing you money, actually, because it's taking up space. So I'll probably get around 20 items today. I don't know, what is this, jazz hands? I'll probably get around 20 listed today, and that would be a great number. But if I fall short of that, that's fine too. Honestly, I try not to set a daily goal. I might set a monthly goal, but daily, that just kind of throws off my day. Puts too much pressure on what you're doing, or you half-ass a cleaning job just to get one more listing, or you list something that really you shouldn't, or you split a lot into a couple things. There's just reasons to work your way down, so you don't end up with piles, you don't end up with a death pile, money pile, whatever you want to call it. So that's my plan for today. So I'll let you know if that works. Now I'm about to pack up these wrenches, and I'm gonna throw them in the padded envelope that, not show my stuff here, padded envelope that my tripod came in, my camera mount. And some people might be against reusing packing materials. I am not one of them. For one, good for the environment. For two, it's frugally responsible. For three, I don't really have a third point, but it just, yes, you know, somebody might get this and be like, oh yeah, there's a sticker on a sticker, or this was, you know, previously used. But I only really use it on cheap items, so I can't imagine they're, you know, too mad about it. But I've never had a complaint. So shipping something like this where you can't hurt it, the packing really doesn't matter, it's just something to stick a label to, I'm going to reuse packing material all the time. Reuse bubble wrap, boxes, once they get too janky, of course you can't, but bubble mailers for sure. I keep all my packing supplies in my nice little area here, but vinyl mailers, bubble mailers, I try to use scissors when I'm opening them, because why not reuse some packing stuff? This stuff costs money, and I would never put something in it that it's not going to actually protect, but but it just seems silly to me to throw it away. And also, we are a Amazon, eBay family, so there is many things that come in various shipping sizes, especially the Amazon boxes. We get so many different sizes that end up being perfect for things I'm shipping. So personally, I have no problem with it. Let me know in the comments if you do or if you don't, or maybe if you've received something in a used package. Was it perfectly fine? Did you even notice? See now, after a couple minutes on each, shines back to them. Bottoms look pretty good. You can see the label again. Flip it over. You know, you can actually read them. Oop, had it right the first time. Nope. Okay. You can actually read it now. Now you can see are still some spots here and here. Those would come off, but for me, effort and time to put into it isn't worth the return. Like if I have this one put up against one that looks exactly like this but has a couple spots, you know, knock 20 cents off and yours will be higher up in the listing and it'll sell just as quick. Did 2 of them, both of them came out pretty good. Again, spot, could have got it off, but this would take me 3 times as much as it did to do the rest of the pan. So for me personally, the time and effort to revenue, you know, return on my investment of time isn't worth it there. Copper, you can see that shined up real nice in one spot. And again, this would have taken 15 minutes, rest of the pan 2 minutes. So this is actually, the copper bottoms, you'll run into this where even when it's clean, just because it's copper and it's a soft metal, it'll flatten out and wear down like an old penny. So still good, not too long. If you have a trick for getting these kinds of spots off, let me know. I would appreciate that very much. Well, I forgot to film an ending, so if you like the video, of course, give it a like. If you know anybody else that might enjoy this kind of content, share it with them. Follow, subscribe, bell icon, all those things that your YouTubers say at the end of their videos.